What's up, YouTube? I am Z-Town Train, and this is just a basic dude vlog. Today we have one of my favorite pieces of equipment ever made. This is something that I enjoy the use of. I think it is handy. I think it is really cool and neat. And let's take a look. And what it is this case. No, I'm playing. This is the heavy plastic carrying case for my Coleman lantern. I received this Coleman lantern from my grandfather. And it came with this awesome case, and this thing has just been handy. I've been able to carry it in my truck on camping trips and stuff, and not have my lantern be damaged. So the case is really awesome. It's this heavy duty plastic case. On the inside, you can see that it is protected and molded into the plastic, and there's a good solid 1.5 inches of air between where the inside plastic and the outside plastic is, in case of like a crushing problem. Let's take him out of there. Now, I do not know what year my lantern is. I have not looked that up. I think that it's a little bit older because it came from him, but I couldn't tell you. It does have some warning stuff on the sides. It could be 80s, 70s, 60s, I have no idea. It has this flip up handle. And if you look, this is on and off and changes your gas. This small space here, oh, we're under pressure, whoops, is where you put Coleman fuel. And I keep a small funnel in my camping stuff to add Coleman fuel to my lantern. If you look at it here, these things, this is such an iconic piece of equipment that they make keychains and stickers for your car with just a Coleman lantern on them. William Coffin Coleman in 1900 bought a patent for a high pressure light, for a high pressure gas lantern. He didn't like the way that those lanterns performed. And in 1914, he reinvented the pressurized gas lantern and made his own patents after buying the old one. And what he built was the Coleman lantern. This one is super handy. If you take a look here, the glass right here on this label, the glass for my lantern is Pyrex glass, just like your mom's Pyrex stuff that she puts in the oven. And here we have what are called mantles. Now, I was thinking maybe we could do a minute tutorial on how mantles work. So at the top of your lantern, you have this thumb nut. And he is knurled for your fingers to be able to get them off. This is the lid, and he slides right off the top. We're just going to set him aside. Now, once we get down in here, we have the important bits. This is our piece of Pyrex glass, and he's really important. So what I'm going to do with him is set him somewhere where I know he is safe, and that is over here. Now we're down into the inside of the lantern where the mantles are. The mantles that are on this lantern right now are number 21 drawstring mantles. You can get mantles in two different types. You can get number 21 with the drawstring, or you can get number 21 with the clip, with an Insta clip on it. As the ones that were on it are drawstring, today I'm going to put Insta clip ones on there. Now it's just like drawing a coin purse. Watch. So these have been a little bit used. They're just going to go to powder. When your mantles get used, they will just absolutely go to powder. And they will no longer be cloth, right? You just have this little drawstring in there. And that drawstring pulls up and puts your mantles on there. And so really, like, it's fine to change them today. I was thinking, a lot of times I think that maybe we should conserve things, and I'm a little bit too much in that mindset of trying to conserve everything, right? Saving for a rainy day, if you will. But for the sake of this tutorial, we are absolutely changing out these powdered mantles here. So those are gone. Let's clean them up a little bit. There we go. She's a beaut. So these are where the mantles go. And because I have the 4-pack of Instaclips, I think I'm going to do Instaclips today. Maybe at a later date we might do the drawstring, but honestly it's very easy. You just slide them up onto this knob right here, this nozzle, and pull the strings tight. The Instaclips are a little bit different. In that, they have a little squeezy metal clip on them, and I'm hoping this all works out well, because I haven't used the Instaclips before. So, they have this little metal clip, and as you see, these are Coleman brand mantles, but there are other brands of mantles. And I have never, let's take a read real quick. So basically you get pictures. 1, put it up on there. 2, clip the 2 things together, and then light them. Okay, we can definitely do that. So if we look here, I'm going to show you guys. I've had this particular thing of mantles for a little bit, so I don't mind using them. You have the pictures that show you it going on, and then clipping them onto there instead of doing the drawstring. So we're going to take our mantles and carefully put them on here, just like this. And these are both number 21 mantles, so we should be okay. And you pull those clips tight and flip it over, just like that. Now if you can see there, what I did was I drew the metal up for the clips tight and then flipped the metal over each other, and that clips it on there. Now let's do the other side. These seem a little bit bigger and just slightly different than regular number 21s with the drawstring, but I'm not complaining at all. Also, this was supposed to have a 4-pack in it, but it isn't. It's a 2-pack, which is strange to me. Maybe I took some out here at a different date. Oh, yeah, looks like I did. That's okay. And we're just going to nice and easy, because honestly, I think this set of drawstring mantles is probably pretty old. So, just trying to be nice to them. They're made of cloth, so there we go. And what I'm going to do is kind of turn them away from each other for right now, because I don't know how that's going to go. So they're clipped on there good, just like that. We're going to turn this one away from him too, and just kind of keep the mantle away from that metal in there. Is my plan. I just want it to be right. Okay. Now those mantles seem kind of big to me. I mean, I'm not perfectly a Coleman expert. I've used this lantern more than once, but hopefully that's right. Okay. Now that our mantles have been replaced, we are going to slide our Pyrex glass back down in very carefully. We are going to set our lid. And the cool thing about a Coleman lantern, why I love them, 1, they make a giant, very bright circle of light. The light is pleasant, more pleasant than an LED lantern. I do know that LED lanterns are handier. LED lanterns are easier to use, and they give off a lot of light. But there's a lot to be said for the old Coleman. And it's just because this is a light that your grandfather has read a book by. This is a light that your dad skinned a deer by. This is a light that has been around for multiple generations, and it's just one of, it's a really important piece of American history, in my opinion. They were so important that they were considered an essential item in World War I, and they had 70,000 of them issued in World War I in the United States. When nothing else will do, when you don't have batteries, you can use a Coleman lantern. And the Coleman lantern, this one is a dual fuel lantern. A lot of them have been dual fuel lanterns. I don't know if they still call anything dual fuel because of safety purposes. But this is a dual fuel lantern. This one will take Coleman fuel, which you can buy in a metal container, big square metal container. I should have got that out. Didn't. Maybe I'll show it to you at a later date. But so you can use Coleman fuel, or you can use gasoline. And I've never used gasoline with it. I'm not afraid of it, but having the option is great, because what is more ubiquitous as a fuel source than gasoline, right? So you can have light for a long time. Also, this small tank right here, this little fellow in here, lasts a very long time. And one thing that you can definitely do with a Coleman lantern that you cannot do with an LED light lantern is heat your food or your hands, or it gives off a warmth. There's a warmth to it that you can warm your hands up by when you're skinning that deer, that you can warm food over the top of it even, or warm up your drink. It gives off a nice it gives off a nice heat. It feels good. It's got that comfort to the warmth and the glow. Now I am going to light this for a moment, and if only to show you how that works. Now, here we have a pump. I have had to rebuild the pump in my lantern. You can get all of the parts at a hardware store that sells Coleman stuff, or any sporting goods store that would sell this. I got mine at Bi-Mart in Washington. You buy the whole pump and parts replacement and remove it. It's very easy to take apart and remove, and there are good instructions with it. You can use the same kit for a Coleman pressure gas stove that you use for a Coleman pressure gas lantern. And that's something we'll talk about at a later date. So with it closed, it's turned all the way to the right to close. I'm going to open this, and I'm just going to pump pressure into it. We're shaking everything. I'm going to pick them up. There we go. And we're just pumping pressure into the gas tank of the lantern. And that seems pretty good. It's pressurized, I think. Let's see. Let's give them a little listen here. Open. Open is to the left. There is pressure, but I kind of want to just make sure that we get enough. Yep, he's running. Okay. One moment, please. Okay. Sorry about that. Let's take a look. All right, we're going to turn them on. So our cleaning rod is turned down. Our fuel is turned on. And let's light these new mantles and see how this goes. I'm going to turn the controls toward me for now. And we're going to work this out here. There are two spots on either side of the lantern to light from. We're going to use our Coughlin waterproof matches. Keep it. Now we got to work it. See if we can't get those mantles to go without burning it. Come on, baby. Sometimes that happens. Can't get them to light without burning them. I think those were old mantles. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, we ruined that set. We're gonna have to do a different set. Maybe I just didn't have enough pressure, because he's just not lighting. I don't know why that happened. Those mantles just did not work. There we go. Yeah, I wrecked that set. kinda. I think we'll be okay for our demonstration. So, I didn't have enough pressure built up. That's my fault. I forgot to cover the hole on the pump. Sometimes you make mistakes, man. But we're an honest and genuine channel here. I'm not gonna take that out of the video, I don't think. Because, you know, you can make mistakes. That happens. But actually we got those to light. They're just not gonna be good for more than one use this time. So it's good that I have more than one set of mantles. Because, you know, if you haven't used something for a long time, you can make mistakes. That happens. It's been a little while since I've taken this bad boy camping. Alright, so as you can see, it gives off this really bright light. And actually, those mantles are starting to de-char a little bit, so they're probably going to live a little while longer. I really wish that I had remembered to put my thumb over that hole, but I didn't. So I'm not going to cry about it. Look at that. That is why, oh baby, there we go. Now we're smoking. Alright, so, super bright light obviously. Bright enough that I can't see my camera now because I have a purple dot between my eyes right here. But the glow and the warmth that comes off of this lantern is just a comforting feeling. The reason that I fell in love with these, with any lantern really, was a book that my grandpa gave me when I was a kid called Where the Red Fern Grows. And look at, bugs even love it. Look at that. So, in Where the Red Fern Grows, the lantern plays such a huge part in that book. And it's almost like a side character. And I just thought it was the coolest thing. And when I got this one from Grandpa, I was really happy with it. As you can tell, there is a really bright circle of light that comes with using one of these. And I hope that someone watches this tutorial and watches me change the mantles and sees that anyone can make mistakes, even someone that's used a piece of equipment before can make mistakes. And I'm just going to be completely forgiving of myself for that. Everything's trying to fall over today. So, we have the Coleman lantern. I give the Coleman lantern a 5 out of 5. You can get propane Coleman lanterns that actually have the screw in for the propane tank, and they work a little bit different than the pressurized fuel ones. The pressurized fuel is my favorite, but I like old things and the old way of doing some things. I know that this lantern's going to give me light as long as I can get fuel. And I know that it has warmth. There is just a certain amount of comfort to it. If you live in a place where the winter is prevalent and you can get your lantern lit, you can get your clothes dried, you can get your hands warm, you can get all kinds of different things going that that are gonna perk up your day. If you're in the woods and you're stuck and something goes wrong, even if you can't get a fire going, you can generally get a Coleman lantern going. And that kind of ends our whole deal. So, invented by William Coffin Coleman. The Coleman lantern is one of my favorite pieces of gear ever made. And this is my love letter to it. I'm sorry that this video was a little bit longer in coming than some of my other videos, but I was just getting off work this week. I've been really tired, and I wanted to do the video justice and actually change the mantles and light them up and see how it all turns out. And just do my favorite piece of equipment justice. I have some huge reviews coming up. I went and bought a bunch of stuff, and we're going to check those out. We have some new gear to check out and review, and we're going to have more things like this where I'm just talking about my favorite piece of gear. So like before, we did the Coleman propane stove, which I adore, and today it is the Coleman pressure lantern. The Coleman lantern. Iconic gear. Alright guys, I am Z-Town Train. This is just a basic dude vlog, and I'm out of here. I am out of here. You guys have an awesome day. You have a wonderful day. And thank you for watching my video. Thank you so much for checking my video out. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.